Good morning. It's a blessing to be with you again. Thank you for having me. I want to begin with someone we're very familiar with, Emily Dickinson. Hope is a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. Hope is the eternal light held aloft by the soul as humans travel the pathway of incarnations to reach God. That is from Paramahansa Yogananda. Psalms 71:14. As for me, I will always hope. Hope lives in our hearts. One of the most beautiful Hindu proverbs states, "There isn't a tree in the world that the wind hasn't shaken." It's such a beautiful metaphor that reminds us that no one escapes adversity and challenges. So many have left records on their journey on the paths of hope. Joy Harjo, Grace. Joshua Bennett, Ode. Alexander Pope, Hope Springs Eternal. James Weldon Johnson, Lift Every Voice and Sing. Elton John, I'm Still Standing. Maya Angelou, and Still I Rise. The autumn's twilight reminds us to walk in faith and to embrace the light. At twilight, the sun is below the horizon, emanating soft, glowing illumination. We are encouraged to realize that there is more to come. It is the light that sustains this moment, a symbol of hope. Twilight says to us, I am the consciousness rising. We are encouraged to look up, recognizing that there is a bright side to every situation. Optimism is the tool, for in the pearls of wisdom they say, you too must uphold your faith in the sons and daughters of God in the moment of supreme testing. Twilight encourages us to know that more light is coming. Consciously, we can call on the light in many, many different ways. We can just sit in the light and say, I am the light. We can realize that the fire within our hearts is truly a light and invent our own meditations for that. The book Electrons offers us another tool. It says, visualize, if you will, electronic light unformed, with every electron receptive, obedient, alert, waiting for your message, waiting for your direction, waiting for your guidance. Then set up a vibration consciously in your feelings. See the energy waves emanating from you in ever-widening circles as the obedient electrons start into motion. Choose a particular quality or blessing that would benefit you, the world, and fill it with your heart's desire. Know that you wield this kind of power as creator and co-creator. Buddha says, work out your own salvation. Do not depend on others. We can consciously raise our own vibrations to carry and broadcast more light, thereby raising our own resonance and invariably that of the world. It is faith that propels us. Our thoughts, statements, affirmations, visualizations, and prayers are all instruments of change. Prayer is a powerful tool of faith and hope, and there are 4 keys taught this July by the Ascended Masters at New Wisdom University for the amplification of our prayers. The first is for you to call upon the spiritual hierarchy for help. You can ask them to pray with you. You can ask them to pray for you, but they cannot step in if you don't ask them to, because karmically, we're carrying the load. So it's my understanding that they're sitting by waiting for us to say, would you please come help? We need your help now. So that's the first step. Ask for help. The second is to give them authority to act on your behalf. Authority. You know why? Because they know more than we do. They see more than we do. Like, we might be praying for one thing, but they see the other things that are connected to it. And if we give them authority to act on our behalf, then we're raising the vibration of our prayer by putting it in their hands as well. The third thing is to request what they call righteous justice. What's that? Well, there's karmic laws connected to everything, to where we are in life, what we're doing, what we're asking for. And we don't see the big picture. So asking for righteous justice says, okay, I'm taking into account, I don't know everything, but I'm asking for this anyway. So please, I'm doing it according to the rules. Help me out here. The last part is to ask for the mitigation of the karma. Is it possible to reduce the severity? In the class I took this July, they said, why do you think California hasn't fallen off into the water? So we look at each other and we're like, well, I'm not sure. It's the mitigation. People that prayed about it, prayed for the mitigation of this karma, for the energy to be diverted and used in another way. They say that these are the 4 steps for being more effective in our prayers, because prayer is necessary for change. Are there any questions about that before I go on? Okay. So, strengthening ourselves is paramount. We have things pulling on us daily, which they brought to our attentions as well. So, they told us that we needed to call back what belongs to us. So I have a little story to tell you. I was home with my granddaughter, and I looked in her eyes, and I looked at a picture of her as a baby where the light was just so bright. And I looked at her now where she's been depressed about not being in school, not seeing her friends, her mom being an RN and having to move out for a while because she was seeing COVID patients in the ICU. And my little 7-year-old angel had just, the little flower was kind of shrinking. So I thought about it, and we do prayers every night together. So I said, I initiated a new process. And it goes like this. I say to the children, call in your God presence. And so they say, okay, it's here. And then I say, all right, give your God presence permission to act on your behalf. And they say, okay, we did. And then I said, repeat after me. I disengage from all victimizing energies. We say that 3 times. And then I say to them, what do you want to call back? And they say, I call back my light. I call back my energy. I call back my power. I call back my soul. I call back all that is mine. We've only been doing this for maybe a month and a half. And the light in my granddaughter's eyes is brighter than it was in that picture as a baby. She went from just laying on the couch and watching TV to now she's doing her cartwheels and singing and creating and drawing and enjoying school even though it's online. And it's been making a difference for me too. By saying I disengage from all victimizing energies in, through, and around me now, past, present, and future. Then we take a deep breath and I say, okay, blow it away. And each time we do it 3 times in a session, you get stronger and stronger. You'll feel it. So you're letting go of things that you don't see, that you don't consciously know about. And it's not important that you do. What's important is that you let it go. Bye-bye. It's gone. And you become lighter and new again. And the light comes back. And you're calling back what belongs to you. That's really important during this time. Things are so wacky. So I encourage you to try it out. It works. Paramahansa says, nothing is impossible unless you think it is. There was an experiment many years ago that we did at New Wisdom University where we said Jesus' statement over and over. It became a mantra for us. It's the one from John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. When you think about that statement, I am the resurrection. I am rising. I am coming new. I am taking control. I am stepping in. And the life. Anything that I've allowed to happen, anything that karma has allowed to happen, I am standing with the oneness and saying, I am the resurrection and the life. And they were doing it over and over, and we did it over and over about many things. You're tired, you say it. You're sick, you have an illness. It brings new life to you. You are using the first words, I am, of God. And every time you use those words, you're bringing God into whatever you're saying, I am about. I am the resurrection and the life. Very valuable tool for change. If you're in a hurry, something brings you down. You're shopping, you're getting gas, you're out in the traffic, which I don't know. People seem crazier to me out there now than they used to before the pandemic. You already know to say violet flame when somebody's bothering you and it backs them off. We've done that experiment already, right? But here's one by Jan Ingalls Smith that's brand new, where she says, if you simply say positive words, you raise your vibrations. Now, it's really, really hard driving because you're triggered to kind of lose your patience. But she says, say things like beautiful, loving, kind, wisdom, knowledge, enthusiasm, just any words that you can think of that are positive raises your vibration in that moment in time. And you're less annoyed. You stop drawing things that are annoying you more, because remember, where we're resonating, that's what we're drawing. So if we're resonating at annoyance, the universe says, oh, goody, I'll send you more. And you become more annoyed. But if you take the time to think and consciously say, no, 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 I'm not having that. Light, love, peace, wisdom, happiness, joy, joy, joy. If you run out of words, repeat the same word over again. It's bringing you more of that vibration. That's something new that they brought out that they're doing. So let's try that too. Hope never gives up. My motto all through my life has been, where there's a will, there's a way. And hope is always looking for solutions. I looked up a few people like Walt Disney, overcame poverty. I didn't know that. We know Stephen Hawking, though. He produces in spite of Lou Gehrig's. Oprah Winfrey overcame abuse, childhood abuse. Winston Churchill overcame learning disabilities and challenges. We all know about Helen Keller, and she's still on that very high pillar for us, overcoming sight and hearing. Holding on to hope, we can become that hope fulfilled. We each have a divine destiny, a divine plan, a divine commitment, a divine job, something that we made an agreement to that is uniquely ours, and only we can bring it to the world. Do we know what that is? Are we fulfilling it right now? Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock on the door and it will be open to you. At this time in life, when we are blessed with more time to ourselves, it's a perfect opportunity to look within, to see, am I doing what I came here to do? Can I do more? How else can I help here? What else can I give? How can we help the earth at this time? Here's one from the Ascended Masters for you, which is what New Wisdom University teaches. They said become a magnet for the release of sun energy. They say that the hierarchy is waiting to release this light. There we go again. So all we have to do is ask, right? I need more light. Send it, please. This situation needs light. I'm feeling down. I'm feeling scared. I need more light. Fill me with the light. Because at this time, we are working on holding the highest vibrations we can, holding on to hope, and being a part of that hope. They call this solar awareness, and they say it results in soul freedom. What is solar awareness? It's the soul's awareness of self as the Son of God. Now, sun, as in the sun shining. They say you can interchange the word with S-O-N, but we daughters, we don't appreciate that. So we're just going to keep it the sun shining, okay? To become aware of the sun, to become aware of the essential light of the sun. They say this is the requirement of the hour, becoming aware of the self as the sun, that you have at your command a fire of freedom for infinite creativity, boundless, limitless flow of love and energy. And all we have to do is say, I am the sun. I am calling for more light to become sunnier. Send me more light, please. By reducing our density, we resonate at a higher frequency of light. Forgiveness is a tool, too. I had a situation a week ago where my daughter asked me to go to lunch with someone, and I didn't realize, but I was still holding on to stuff from the past. I said, nope, don't want to go. And then I recognized it, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm doing what all the scriptures say do not do. Don't look back, you'll turn to salt. Don't look back, you're cursing yourself, your future, your present. Now, forgiveness is huge for not living in the past. It's necessary for us to live today and let go of yesterday. We can't hold more light if we're holding on to yesterday. There's a Hindu proverb that goes, trees refuse no one under their shade, not even the woodcutter. It's a poetic way of saying that forgiveness is mirrored even in nature. Who are we to go against that? Being happy now is important. So we have the happy words, but they're saying we can live heaven on earth. I asked my mom, I said, Ma, you've lost so many people who are so close to you. How do you maintain this sense of humor? She said, you've got to keep laughing. She said, people will think I'm nuts in here. I'll turn on comedies and I'm in here and I'm howling. She said, you've got to keep laughing. You've got to maintain the joy in your heart and the joy in your being. And she's always got wise words about everything. Even me in my 60s, Ma, what do I do about this? And she's always got something that's looking on the bright side of life. So Humor is important. You hear a lot of talk now, too, about recognizing the moments. I'm having a moment of value, a moment of beauty, a moment of love. Now, we have more time to recognize those moments, to live in them, to embellish them, to thank God for them, which brings us more. Claim the moments, they're yours. Paramahansa says to us, it's not your passing thoughts or brilliant ideas so much as your plan for everyday habits that control your life. Live simply. Don't get caught in the machine of the world, the mechanisms of the world, that's in the head and not in the heart. Resolve to develop your spiritual powers more earnestly. Learn the art of right living. If you have joy, you have everything. So learn to be glad and content and have happiness now. That's his recommendation. You're going to love the Dalai Lamas. There are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. Now is the time for us to make a difference. Dr. Martin Luther King said, the ultimate measure of a man and a woman is not where she stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where she stands at times of challenge and controversy. We are living our initiation, accepting the responsibility for holding the light takes tremendous courage and faith. God help us to live the truth within our hearts. God guide us to be the conscience of what is humane. God bless us with another chance to be a part of the solution. God assist us with the courage to stand against manipulation. God hold us as we hold mankind in our hearts and feel the oneness that is our truth. Hope. Hope is born out of the intuitive consciousness that at some point we shall remember our forgotten image of God within us. This intuitive consciousness is faith. Keep moving in that light until you find your luminous home within you and the world around you. You are the luminous light. You are hope. And we together stand forever in the light of hope. Hope lives. Namaste. Thank you. And now I guess the mic is open for comment, questions, or